For most of my life, there's been this thing called the prophecy that's been going on, and I guess in reality, like for other people to understand that it's something that I guess at first sound, I guess it would be like far-fetched to believe kind of thing. Because if I heard from somebody something, like I really need details and facts, and like I'll kind of like I need to understand it. But yeah, this thing called the prophecy, that's what we named it. And there's 3 of us young girls in my community that I got a vision one day. I was going through hell at home, and I went out to the wood to burn a fire by myself and commune with God, and I heard the voice of him. Like I'd been inside the house, I remember, and I was sitting there in one of my grandparents' rooms, and then I was reading I don't know, one of my great grandma's Bibles, and reading some stuff, and all of a sudden this spirit moved me to go outside and try and connect deeper to God and reach into that, and ask for some sort of direction or understanding, something like that. And yeah, something moved me to go outside and have a fire, and back in the woods there. And I did, and heard the voice of God coming to me. At least at the time, I was probably like 11, 12 years old, something like that. And what I thought was God, because it's just, how do I, pretty clever, but how do I believe this is the voice or the word of God, or I'm not just crazy, or prove it, or God, like, isn't God about good things and say some good thing, or tell me what this is all about. And it made whatever voice came through, it was male, and it made full sense, and it gave me full understandings, and I could hear it, and just profoundly moved me. So it told me what I was supposed to do, and I was supposed to go and well, actually I had been sitting out there, and I don't know what moved me, but all of a sudden I asked, I was wondering what was in my mother's heart and what was in my best friend at the time's heart. Did they have evil things against, like I tested God about those things. I said, where's this evil stuff coming from in my life? Like, these people hate me. Well, is there anything evil in their hearts that is against me? You know what I mean? Like, are they trying to harm me or whatever? I need to know what's going on with these people in my life, because the only one I could think of that provides love to me is my grandmother, and other than that, God talks about love. So either tell me what's real love or what's real hatred or not real hatred. One of those answers, and I need answers right now. So anyways, he put in my mind that I was supposed to go over to that best friend's house right away, and I think what I was to do, and it was all regarding this thing called Stone Child. It was an evil spirit that everybody in my family had, or in my life, one way or another, had somehow used that name. Somehow they'd said it or something, and I just clued in that it was this evil thing that was a drunken spirit that possessed my family, ruined my family's lives and whatnot, mine, for however many years, however it came to my family or my community. And I remembered looking at all the phone numbers in the phone book that one time in my community, I used to be all interested in who's who, and have nobody to call, and that, and nobody to call me, or real friends or family. So it's, oh yeah, these names and those names, and I don't know, kept me occupied anyways. But anyway, there was this one last name that wasn't from my community, and then it was named Stonechild in the phone book, Who's that? I wonder. That's an interesting name. So, the Great Spirit there told me about all the things to come. This will be years, decades at a time. And but he also told me there would be a girl that would help me from my community. And, so more or less I just went straight away in there in the grandparents' house, and I called her, I was like, I'm coming over. My best friend at the time, the only friend I had, which would be the best one, right? So, not so much like my best friend. At the time it was the person I associated with like a lot, because met her parents and my parents met on a powwow trail or whatever, and so it's just, she was a year older than me, but yeah, so it's just coming over, and since I get there, I didn't tell her anything about my business. Yeah, I said I got some important stuff to tell you, but I said, I didn't tell her what, and I said, it's good though, you're gonna be home, like, whatever, and I think it was like, you can have whoever you want over there. If anybody's over there, it don't matter who's there. Like, I'm just coming over. I made sure I said that, eh? And, but sure enough, I got there, and that girl that they said was supposed to help me with this thing too, dealing with it. She was there, and then they're cousins, and then, that's pretty wonderful. I said, so, walked in their home, seen them both. She said, oh, so you guys are, I assume you both know what I'm here for, so it's okay, let's just get to it. We got to talking. We had the most in-depth speech or whatever all night, right? I'm pretty sure it was a weekend, I don't know. I stayed overnight, we all stayed overnight. And I'm sure it's gonna be alright with your parents, it's gonna be alright with your mom where we stay, and I can call home to I think we had to pull a little lie or something, so it'll be alright. And I was like, Mom, spending the night here at my friend's house, and they got a ride for us in the morning and school, or to school in the morning, and that sort of thing. But yeah, lies twist up backwards in the head, but I remember that stuff, and it's still conspiring today. Everything that we talked about came to be, and what I'm worried about is it's controlling my life, eh? The prophecy, but there's been people created, and even people I don't know, there's random people that they take a movie, let's say, you could see main actors and throw extras in there, right? They're just background people you don't know, have nothing to do with you or what's going on, but they're there and they're doing particular things, right? So there's just so much, and I've been going through a series of events. I asked for a certain part of time to be folded over, I guess that's the words I used, and so that history would repeat. And this was all, the prophecy thing was all to go through purging myself, sacrificing myself to give penance and repentance to my Lord, and I told him if I live through this and if I succeed through this, we made a blood pact, and cut our hands and swore on all the mighty forces that there is. I can't name them all, and all the great beings that exist in every culture and all the spirits of times past and all the greatest beings, they call those everything. The sun, the moon, the spirit of the stars, the spirit of this, that, you know? And, if we should default, I don't know, like some parts come back to me pieces at a time. Some come back to me only when things are reoccurring or occurring for the first time. Yeah, but about this recurring stuff, just about that folding over thingy, all I did, helped to repay my sins and lives that it could have been in after life, and not have to go to hell there, because we're young minds, you know. I was trying to get to that point where is there a heaven and this and that, and we're natives and we're above any law and we're this and we're that, and so therefore we can make this agreement, and all these people of the world will have to do their part in this prophecy, because, you know, we're above making it and everything, so we make it in the name of God, right? So it's all created through Him, but it's like so much detail to describe, to explain this. Can't even begin to shed light of justice on this little bit here, but as to what the whole substance, like the whole thing of it is, like what is it, you know? And but it's people that are created, eh? They've all come to pass here, there. There's still things occurring for the first times, but things that have already happened, you know. I knew they were the thing when it came to pass, whatever here and there, you know. Like, for instance, I deal with a loan money place, and I just came to Toronto 4 years ago, and I was in there, and they lined up to the door, and it's a tiny little place, and there was an African guy on a scooter come rolling in, wanted me to, that time I think there was a woman on a scooter come in and getting snippy, and then he came next. But anyways, this last time, I was at the end of the line, and he comes knocking on the door. He's outside on his scooter. First of all, you can open a door when your scooter's in the doorway and he's not moving, right? So I just stood there, and he's knocking violently at me, like I'm not letting him in or something. And then he starts opening the door and ram his scooter into me and stuff like that. And it's like, you're gonna, what the hell, man? Like, great. And so I grabbed him up by the coat like that. Had him pushing him back out the door into his cart a little bit, and he spat on me, and then people behind the counter, nobody's gone, the cops say they're just waiting for it to settle down. Like, in terms of being this a prophecy omen, not a damn one of them would help something that comes to pass, eh? They just, oh yeah, it has to come to pass, eh? And then, so, anyways, I got further in the line, and he's still yipping on about me behind my two people back, eh? First he wanted to be right behind me, but then a couple of people ended up in front of him when he used the phone. And this too is probably only back near May of this year, the second time this happened. And but anyways, I told him, go back, why don't you go back to your land? And he says, oh, don't tell me about this and that. And you know, he pulled out a big metal cane and he was gonna whip it. He pretended, eh? And then I got scared and I ducked, and everybody was like, and then somebody called, and the manager decided to come. And but yeah, I think he hit me in the face too. Pretty sure he hit me. I know he assaulted me, but he did spat on me and lifted the cane and that. But so the cops got there, and they're like, well, really, you shouldn't touch him back, or we should be arresting both of you. And it was the same cops that came the first time, and this was the same man that did it the first time. You'd think they would have this on record, eh? No records. And he did that 4 years ago. And you know, like, that, what happened, I guess you could call it, like, it's not wool pulling over someone's eyes, eh? It's like, just like there's a veil there, like you can't see through this cloud of, until it happened. Like, some things I know beforehand, like I can anticipate it, and then I could know certain things happening, but those ones are like, I guess I asked in the beginning, you know, the prophecy thing, like, to make it like a cup of dice, I believe I said, where you shake it up, you don't know which one you're going to get each time, but it's going to be these certain kind of ways these instances will play out, eh? And, yeah, so I didn't realize, I knew something was funny was going on, but there wasn't a higher instinct in my brain telling me, okay, this has already happened, until the thing was like happening, you know? And then, or else like I could have foreseen these things to get out of it, you know, like how pretty damn bizarre is, you seen like people on the street, oh, I know that person, oh, hey, how you doing today, and oh, it's good to see you again, like, you know somebody when you know, but it's not that obvious with these people. It's like the not knowing who in the world they are, and nobody knowing that you know them, but you totally do, but nobody believing it because nobody knows, right? Except you and that thing. Because they're not human spirits, they're Illuminatis or some damn thing. I don't know the experiences I've come across with these people. How do they repeat? How is there no record? How is there no help? How can I not get away from this stuff, even though, like, I'm an adult, not a 12-year-old or whatever, 11-year-old? No, and I'm saying, like, those kind of agreements, those compacts, blood pact, whatever. I know we try to make it in some most powerful way so that it could never be destroyed until everything was fulfilled, but aren't those like void ab initio, because minors can't make contracts and such agreements and things? So that's what I believed all along, but that still didn't stop nothing. I've tried, stop believing in it, stop like watching things pass, but so yeah, like certain times around this second time around things, I've noticed same people, same situations, they even wear the same damn clothes, they talk the same thing they said the first time. There's a little pinch of room where I can foresee things, or I choose not to answer them like I did the first time, or give in to whatever they ask for something, or, you know, like they ask me something, or you know what I mean, like that kind of stuff. And there's a pinch of room for them to change their behavior a little bit too. But I got certain people, I guess, you know, like I've met you before and they've denied it to my face, you know. But the folding over stuff, like when I was 17, I ran away up to here, Toronto, and I attempted to go to the school that I'm at now. It's full of all the same people. I mean, they're the same age today that they were then, you know, right down to everything, what they wear, do. Like I was staying at this one shelter up on Danforth there, and it created a lot of these people that recur, right? But they come to pass. Like they just all of a sudden they exist, right? And then so this was all in order to prove God, because we all know at the time as I was a kid, right? And they were kids. I said, so if God's really real, we'll see these things come to pass. But like we don't know now how these things came to be. Maybe you guys do, through the magic your family knows and the magic your family knows. But I'm telling you, through the magic my family knows, I haven't saw anything like these things. But I'm willing to go through this because, you know, sacrifice and stuff. But I also know you don't know, because you live in a trailer and you, like, I've seen you be with a lot of men or boys so far. I was in a boyfriend, so you guys' life ain't perfect. So I know that you don't know and you can't make the things happen, or you'd both be very successful, popular girls. Like, so I just let him have it, right? And then it's just, I know you don't know. how to make things come to be. Anyways, whatever. I was up at that Danforth shelter, and one of the girls there, I was just there again back in like March, April, May kind of time this year. And the first time I was there was when I left P-Day. How to say that, but that's an important timepiece in my life, calculation. Yeah, and so I stayed there again. All the same people, well, a few differences, because I had to leave that out, because I calculated for the world, like you have to change a few different things when stuff happens again. So the world that is awake and sees, you're not really gonna see it, because there's differences and it's not calculating in their subconsciouses or whatever, But 3/4 of the people are the same ones as years ago, so that either means they've lived there that long or they're back, and they're not who they're supposed to be, because I don't know where they come from and they act the way they do. They're only out to live a certain mission to be in my life in a certain way, and what they do is evil, because I want them to go away by now, like, obviously, but this stuff still happens. So anyways, I'm there, I'm eating up in the cafeteria, a meal, whatever time it was, and I got a soup, so it must have been dinner, and the girl behind me in the line, I get over, like, there's the lineups back there, or the kitchen's back there, you get your food, you come way over here for a table and get your condiments and stuff. So I was over there, and she gets right behind me. She goes, oh, watch it, you're gonna spill your soup. And I have it in one arm, and then I'm like leaning and getting some, and I'm like, whatever, ignored her, because she just was like, it was like one of those intrusive witch voices, and you know which one, you know which. I knew this girl's face, I knew she was already there, and I didn't like her to begin with, and still, so, whatever, like, I don't know what you could say or anything, but there's room for me to, like, not worry about it, or try and be nice, or try and let her think she's talking to me, But anyways, as soon as I turned around, this guy runs into me, and the soup spills all over my tray. She did that first time I was there, and then I remembered what she made to happen, you know what I mean? Like, so, I think with this, there's so much more, but, it's like, things with this stuff, like, the Bible, and, exposing Illuminati, I was talking about there. They try to, in antiquity, or I don't know what that word era is, but, metaphorically way back, they tried to, have only the rulers be the ones that knew all the knowledge, right, when they got their hands on Christianity, and you had to be initiated into their secret societies, right, and or else you were burned as pagan witches, and they were persecuting people for what was going on. Meanwhile, they kept those traditions in the churches to get followers, right, and make them rich and powerful and stuff. And then those who wouldn't come into the church, they'd burn them, right? That was that kind of stuff. But what they're hiding is, there's lots of things like that movie called Pay It Forward that's overrated, and there's things like The Secret Book, The Secret Movie, and I didn't see the movie, I read the book and watched the documentary thing there, but the concept they're using is you can choose your life, you can choose your future, you can, like, if you're going to really check it out again, it's all about what you put out there, you will receive, and you got to be willing to receive. They're talking about you can create things in your life that actually come to pass, right? It can happen. And they're saying, ask for things your brain will recognize as making sense, you know, like if you're not a millionaire, then don't expect to win the lottery, but hey, maybe you could run into a couple thousand in a luck of some sort of particular way you bring it about, you know. But like everybody in the world says, Rome wasn't built in a night. Of course it wasn't. It was built over this last how many years, and how long have those damn empire worship or occult church kind of thingy try to rule this world. But anyways, no, things didn't happen overnight. Little by little, these things started occurring, and then I started remembering slowly, oh yeah, this is happening, and it's going back to that. And then suddenly, when I first came to Toronto, it was like, bam, the biggest one. I'd been staying at a little dive hotel there, bug motel, you know, and which his face was off on his drinkapades and drinkscapades. Left me all myself, and you know, going through hell and whatnot as it was. But I'd been crying for the longest time, like to get out of that, you know, really care for somebody. It's not enough just faith alone. You gotta be able to get out of that. But I wasn't able to, and I didn't have nobody, so I don't have nobody, and the codependency crap really has destroyed lots of my life, hey. But I know how to work on it. But yeah, that's core deep. So how do you do it in one night again too? Is another things, right? Everything's understandable, relatable. But anyway, I'd been reduced to praying for him to die and praying God to make him go away, whatever, just make his heart change, move away, find somebody that's get me away from this and save my life. Oh my God. And it was like, yeah, I was just laying on that hotel bed there by myself, just staring at the wall, you know, wondering, when am I gonna walk through that door? Where is he? Where am I gonna go? What could I be doing? Am I gonna be mad? Am I gonna be sad? Am I gonna be hurt? And what should I do? Should I go find him? Should I stay here? Should I stay here just a little longer? You know, all that terrorization goes. And all of a sudden, I look out the window and I'm thinking, this way I could describe it is like, you know, one of those movies where they're in a little ballroom or whatever, and all the slow sparkles come glittering down, magical, whatever. That was the feeling come over me. It was just like this peace, this calm, this just knowing beyond knowing it's time to go. And I thought, oh, I was so happy. I was like, fine, yeah, but where do I go? Where am I supposed to go? I got nowhere to go. I came to Toronto because I didn't know where to go. I didn't know, so I went outside and see if there's any signs at the time. You know, I was really following signs back then. Anyways, yeah, after that, it wasn't soon after, you know, like it took us all the way back to Hamilton, and he got arrested there, and I went to see my young ones there, and come back, and I just took off. I went to that Danforth shelter. I knew he wouldn't know where I was, so that was that. But that's fine. I was there for a couple weeks. Didn't feel like calling him. Didn't want to call him. He hadn't contacted me. Oh, he still had my, you know, certain ways he could contact me, and then, but not in person. Couldn't know where I was, right? And lo and behold, this face walks in the door one day. And, I knew. It was just something I was so attracted to, not like, oh, I like that person, yeah. It was more like, like if a puppy's off its leash and it's gonna run into the road in front of traffic, you're attracted to the thought of like, hey, you need to help it or something. You're just attracted to some manner of attraction to it, like, something. I didn't know what, but yeah, I'd created him and that was an angel. I was like, I knew he was an angel. So, it's partly like some of these people are angels and then some are not, but nonetheless, I saw with my eyes what God created, what I asked for, and it took some years back to when I was a young person and asked for this, and that was the first miracle, I guess you could say. But it's like those law of attraction things, like I didn't know until it doesn't happen overnight, eh? Takes years to get you prepared. God works little ways. Like, he brought me through various things. I'd have to, I don't know what in regards to that, but now I've been paying attention, like close. But I can calculate the little things that did train me to get to a place where I could understand such a thing, because that's profound. Eh? Running into an angel, I know it's an angel this time, and not just knowing it, it's like, okay, we'll open the doors of heaven here. I was like, wow. But yeah, it's pretty profound. You gotta have some level of competency and mastery and being able to deal with it. And I blew it, but but it led me to the next events in my life and the next events, and But that was the first, and then I was like, oh yeah, these so-called miracles, like I say, some are angels, some are demons, some neck, I don't know what they are, and they try to fool me, but all these people that have been created, it's like, wow, it's abundant, it's like the world over, it's out in public, it's everywhere, man, like, not everybody, but there's lots of people, random moments during my day that they've been there, they've done that. And they're the same people that have been there and done that at a different point in my life, since I've been here, or even other places they go, and is this really what life is too, or like adults are just supposed to be okay with this stuff, or when's this stuff gonna stop? So yeah, that's a little bit about it. I just wanted to share, and these videos are getting kind of too long. I gotta cut them short.